Hey guys, this is Full Gaming Instincts here, and today we'll be moving on with our tutorial series on how to create a first-person shooter game in Unity. Now, welcome to tutorial 8. We've come a long way from knowing nothing in Unity to what we know now. So yeah, first off, if you're new to my series, I recommend you go and view my previous tutorials and then come to this one, so you'll get a good understanding of what's going on, and how we came about to this point. So yeah, let's get down to it. As I told you guys in the previous tutorial, I'll be showing you guys how to create a main menu. So yeah, that's what we'll be focusing on today. There are many ways to do that, but I've chosen the simplest and most easiest, quickest method to make your main menu, and that's where we'll be using the 3D text to do so. So yeah, let's get started. Now you'll just follow me and I'll show you guys how you can actually go ahead and make this menu. So you're gonna need to check for the link in the description below, download the package there and import it into your project. You should get a tutorial 8 assets folder, and inside I have some models here which I use for my menu. It's kind of like a scene, but it's a menu. The crisis folder, this holds the font, which will deal with the way in which the text would be displayed. So I have the scene here as well, the prefab of the scene I've created with the models, and I have the scripts here that make the magic happens. That's where all the magic happens, with the script. So yeah, let's get down to business and get this main menu up and running. So what you're going to want to do first, after you've imported the project into your the package into your project, you're going to need to go to files, then we're going to create a new scene. Save this one if it asks you to save it, and we're going to press F to focus in on our camera. And what we're going to do, here's what we're going to do. We're going to actually save this scene, and we're going to save this as load menu. Good stuff. And we'll go and create another scene very quickly, and we'll name this one as main menu. Yeah, that's simple. Now we select our camera, and we'll need to after you select your camera, just ensure that you're in a front view. Good stuff. And now we'll right click, come off our camera and right click, and we'll create a empty game object, and we'll rename it as main menu. Good stuff. You guys can rename it as whatever you like, but I'm just trying to keep this a bit organized for tutorial purposes. Anyways, you're gonna need to add a component to it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add component, and where it actually displays this search bar here, you're gonna actually type in text, and you're gonna select the text mesh. Good stuff. And now what we're gonna need to do, we're gonna need to go to our tutorial 8 assets, go to our crisis folder, and take the crisis font and just drag it where you see font here, and the font material and so forth should pop up at the bottom. Good stuff. And what we're going to do now, we're going to increase the font size to about 100, and we're going to write main menu where it says text. Good stuff. And we'll need to just drag this back. Now what we just did, we created a title for our main menu. It's that simple. Now what you're gonna need to do, you're gonna need to put in the prefab of the scene that I have in the scenes folder, and you just go to scenes, you just drop the prefab in there. Good stuff. Now you'll just position the scene. Here's what we'll do. We'll take our main camera and we'll just drag it back, and we'll bring it up, and we'll carry it forward so it'll have a nice look on our scene. Good stuff. You guys can position this however you like. You can even create your own scene if you don't like this one, and you can use that. All I did was created a terrain, and I added some textures with some details and some grass and trees, and I added the models in there. Just ensure, if you're gonna do a scene like this, just ensure that the scene has no collider attached to it, because if it has a collider attached to anything in the scene, you're gonna have a bit of a problem with the text. So yeah, that's pretty much that. It looks pretty reasonable for a front view. Good stuff. And we're gonna take the main menu and we're gonna drag this up, and we're gonna carry it forward, and then we're gonna bring it down just to position it in the middle, you know. We'll need to get a good view in the scene views so we can see what we're doing. Good stuff. We'll just bring this down, and voila. Yeah, main menu. You can even change the font color if you want to red. I'm just gonna put it at green, you know. They gave it a little bit of that crisis kind of look, you know. And you can know, if you notice, the sky is a bit, you know, blue. It's plain, so we're gonna go and add a sky material pretty quickly. I showed you guys how to do that in the previous tutorial, so you guys should remember that. Good stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much that. We'll just go and duplicate this now, and I'm gonna change this here to white, you know. I'm gonna change this here to white. I'll show you why in a bit. You can leave it however, but I'm just gonna change it to white. Just rename this here as start. Let's duplicate it 2 more times. I'm gonna name this as load. And we're gonna rename this here to quit. Good stuff. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna drag these stuff out, you know. Yeah, that's some good stuff there. Yeah, cool, good enough. And we'll just go and rename them as load, and the other one as quit. Yep, and that's that. Oh, and the first one is start. Sorry about that. I missed that one. We'll just select all of them, the 3 that are white, and we'll just carry it back a bit, and we'll just try to put it to the center. Take the load, we'll just drag it a little more to the center. So you guys can play around with this and put it to your liking, you know. I'm just gonna do this a bit quickly for tutorial purposes, you know. Yeah, that's fair enough, I suppose. Yeah, good. So after that, what you're gonna want to do now, we're gonna need to go to our scripts folder and take the scripts, the start script, drag it to start, the load script and carry it to start, and the quit script to quit. And we're gonna ensure that it is selected, and we're gonna go and we're gonna select all 3 of them, and we're gonna go and add another component to it. We'll just click on the X and we'll go to physics, and we'll add a box collider to it. And what we'll need to do, we'll need to actually select the terrain, and we'll need to disable the terrain collider, as I was telling you guys a moment ago. Whenever if you're gonna actually make your main menu like this with a scene, you need to ensure that whatever is in your scene doesn't have a collider. As you can see, the quit is beneath the terrain, and if the terrain has a collider, well, it's going to avoid the mouse from clicking on the text, so it won't work. Let me just show you a bit quickly what I'm talking about. We just enable the collider and just hit play, and you'll notice that start, the render material changes, load, the render material changes, but the quit, it doesn't change because the collider is enabled on the terrain. So basically our quit button doesn't work, so we need to just disable the terrain collider and it should work. Good stuff. We'll just go to our build settings and we'll just add current, and your main menu scene is now in your build settings. Now what you'll need to do now is go to your load level menu, and you're gonna go here, your load menu, sorry, not your load level menu. Well, it basically deals with the loading of your previous level, so yeah, it still passes the right thing. Yeah. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna go to the scene, drag the prefab in there again, and you're gonna focus in on it just to get a quick view, and we're gonna take our main camera and just position it. Good stuff. That's a very good stuff there. Yeah, I think it's good enough. Almost there, and yeah, that should be it. Carry it down. If you carry it down, you need to carry it forward. Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, you guys can position it however it suits you. You know, I'm just doing this here like it is for tutorial purposes. Yeah, we'll just go to render settings and just get the scar material in there quickly, and yeah, that's that. You guys can use whatever scar material you want. I'm just going to use this one. Good. So we'll just go and repeat the same process. Create an empty game object, and we're going to rename this here as a load menu. And we're going to go and we're going to add a component. We'll type text in the search slot there, and we're going to select the text mesh. We're going to go to our crisis folder and take the font and drag it here. Change this to 100. And then we're going to type load menu. Good stuff. And we'll just position this out close to the middle, and then out. Good stuff. And yeah, we have our title for our load menu. And the great thing about the new version of Unity from, I think is around 4.6, the color for our main menu title, you can just select this icon here and it automatically saves it, so you don't need to actually remember all of these numbers here. All you can do now is just go back to your load menu and you just select this, and you go right here and you just select the green, and it takes the color of your main menu title color. Good stuff. And what we can do now, we can just go and duplicate this as we did before and just drag it down, and we're going to actually put this one as white, and then we're going to actually rename it to level 1. Good stuff. And duplicate it 2 more times, and we're going to rename this one to level 2, and this one as back. Good stuff. And we'll just drag this down, and we're going to rename the first and second one to first one level 1, the second one as level 2. Good stuff. And the third one as back. And we're going to position this one a bit different from the others. We're going to take this down and we're going to drag it to the right. Good stuff. And yeah, that should be that. Just drag these two down a bit. Good stuff. And yeah, that's that. Now what we're going to do, go to our scripts folder, and we're going to select the back and just drag it to the back text. And what we're going to do, we're going to open up these scripts. No, first off, let's save the scene, go to our build settings and add current, and it will be automatically added to our build settings. So we'll just go and open the scripts now. Let it load up in MonoDevelop. Let's open up all of our scripts except the quit script. And once they're opened up in MonoDevelop, we'll need to create 2 more scripts. So we'll go right click, create, and JavaScript, and we're going to type level 2 and level 1. Good stuff. And let Unity load it up, and then we're gonna need to open it in Mono Develop as well as the others, as we did with the others. Yeah, level 1, level 2, very good. So we'll just copy this and delete it, and we'll do the same here, and the same for the box script. And all you need to do, it's pretty simple. I'll explain the script in a few. Just go to your load script and just copy everything, and we're going to just paste it in our box script, our level 1 script, and in our level 2 script. Good stuff. And all we need to do now is set the number here. Now our back script basically deals with our load menu, so when we select the back text, we want it to go back to our main menu. So we'll go to our build settings and check and see where our main menu lies. So it lies at number 2, so we're going to go into Mono Develop and we're going to put 2 here, and we're going to select Control Save, and we're going to save that line of code. It's that simple. And all you need to do now is go to level 1. We'll go to our build settings and check where exactly our first level is at, and our first level is at 0 and our second level is at 1. So all we need to do is go back into Mono Develop, go to our level 1 script and just select here and change it to 0 and Control Save, and then we go to our level 2 script and we change it to 1. It's that simple. And we're going to go to our load, and what we're going to do now is basically check our build settings and see where exactly our load menu is at, and our load menu is at 3. So we'll go into Mono Develop and we'll ensure that this is 3. So we'll set that to 3 and we'll hit Control Save, and yeah, that's that. Now the start, we're gonna go to our build settings again and check and see where our first level is at, and it's at 0. So we're going to change it to 0. It's that simple. Now I'll just explain the line of code for you pretty quickly. The render material dot color is equal to white. Well, the basic color that it actually has, which is this, and yeah, the variable is selected, is equal to false. Now function on mouse enter. Now as I have this comment here, it basically means that the render material is going to change when our mouse goes on the text, and function on exit basically means when the mouse exits the text, when the mouse is no longer on the text, it's going to revert back to its original color. And the function on mouse up basically means if this variable is equal to true, or if it's selected, as you may see. I'll show you in a bit. A matter of fact, let me just show you right now. Is selected, it means if it is selected, as you see that star there, well, and we select the text, we want it to load level 0. It's that simple. Same line of code for these scripts as well. The only difference with these scripts and the quit script is basically the quit script is set to reference for quitting the game. That's what the quit script is going to do. So when we hit the quit, you'll notice that it's not working, but when you actually build the game and you play it and you want to quit, it will quit the game. So yeah, scene, we'll just go and disable the terrain collider as well, and we'll go and we'll select our tree text that we've created, and we're going to go and add a component to it, and we'll X out physics and then box collider. And we're going to actually need to do one last thing. We'll need to put our scripts to the level 1 and the level 2 script to the level 2, and we'll just ensure that the box is there and it's selected. Our level 2 is there, it's selected. Our level 1 is selected, and we'll just save this scene, and we'll go back into our main menu scene and we'll ensure that everything is okay there as well. So we'll go to our start, it is selected, our load is selected, and our quit is selected. Good stuff. So if we hit play, you'll notice that the script works. Yeah, our render material changes, the color changes, and if we hit start, it's going to start the first level that we set for it to start. Yeah, and it starts the level. When the countdown reaches the 0, as I showed you guys in the previous tutorial, it's gonna load the next level, and if we die, it will automatically restart the level that we're on. So yeah, the scripts are in effect, and as you can see, we hit load, it loads up the load menu, and we select level 2, it will start our basic city, which is set as our level 2 scene. Good stuff. This is how my scene looks right now. I made a few adjustments. I used some of the assets that I've given you guys to, around. I think somewhere over there there's a restaurant and stuff like that. Yeah, so yeah, as you can see, the scripts are working and everything is going just fine. Now if we hit quit, it won't work. As I told you guys, the game hasn't been built yet, and once you build the game and you hit quit, it will quit the game. So we hit load and we hit back, it shall work, and it will go back to our main menu. So yeah, that's pretty much that. You guys can play around with the colors if you want to. Oh, and one last thing, if you want to actually change your color from red, when your mouse hits it, you can change it to blue, pink, whatever you like. You just go into the scripts, open it up, and change the colors to whatever. Just remember to leave it as white so it'll revert back to its original color. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much that. So if you like this tutorial, you can give me a thumbs up. If you have any problems, you do comment below, and I will try my best to, help you guys out with whatever problems you've encountered. And yeah, do remember to subscribe, keep yourself up to date with my tutorial series on how to create a first-person shooter game in Unity. So yeah, that's pretty much it. In our next tutorial, I'll be showing you guys the basics of adding audio sources to your game. We'll have, like, for example, our scene where we're on this kind of something like an island. We'll actually add like a sound, like for example an in-game sound and so forth, and I'll show you guys how you can do it. Yeah, that's what I'll be showing you guys in the next tutorial. Yeah, so that's that. So yeah, until next time, continue making games, guys, and I'll see you guys. Peace.